don't have the same. You don't have the same setup on both sides. This is flush. Let's see that. Okay. Top side just slides in. Bottom one kind of locks in. So that's the deal with the outside one that slides in. So put this one on first, put it on first, and then slide your caliper on it. And then on the other side, you're already going to have it inside your piston, and you just lock that one to the bottom, and then you just push them forward. Make sure you got your back sliders all the way out, because if you don't, you're going to get hung up. We'll get the bolts installed. It will be good. All right, well, there we go. All back together. And an emergency brake. Now, I'm not gonna videotape the other side when I do it, but it gives you what it takes to do the parking brake and change out the stud. That's probably where I got the splinters from the stud. And how to do the rear caliper and rear caliper pads. So there we go. Thank God. Now I just got to get the tire back on, torque it, and we'll be done with the driver's side. Unfortunately, I got no room in here to do the passenger side. And basically what I'm doing now, I'll check the shoes on that side, and probably have to replace those too, but I'm just doing the video on the driver's side. So there you go, 3 in 1. Been a fun 3 days. All I've been doing is running around trying to find that stud, and finally I got the one from the dealer. Appears to be the one that worked out, but I did clean out the grooves inside the hole, which made it just a little bit bigger, and then went ahead and pulled the new stud through. So 100 miles and probably about $12 later, it's all back together again. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, click on DC down below, and subscribe, and you'll catch me on the next Project Ford. Hey, Dana here, and welcome to my vlog. This is Project Ford. Well, I just got done taking the Escape for a test ride, and I came back and I smelled a pretty hot brake. You know what hot brakes smell like when you smell them. And it was on the driver rear. So I did a quick inspection. I pulled the tire off and I checked, make sure, and the caliper is still locked on the rotor, and it should release. So that's telling me now I've got a bad caliper. That also may explain why those lug nuts loosened up, because if you've got a constant heat up, cool down, heat up, cool down on that hub, you're also heating and loosening or expanding and contracting the studs. So I don't know how long that's been, but that would explain to me why the lug nuts loosened up. And now that I got brand new pads on there, of course now they're going to smell, because of course they were heating up, and the rotor is hot. I mean, it's hot. It's not beet red because I didn't go that far. But if I go to the other side where I just changed the pads on it, that's cool. So I've definitely got a problem on that driver's side rear, the one that I just changed not only the pads, the brake, the new parking brake shoes, and put the new stud in. So, but the shoes aren't gonna make that smell like that, because that's loose. Those were loose anyway. But it's definitely and now putting new pads on it. Of course, you got to compress that piston all the way back. So if there's something wrong with the piston and the reason it won't release, then that's something I got to look into. And again, that might explain why the lug nuts were loose. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment on this if you've had the same problem. And definitely subscribe. And by clicking on the DC. And we'll catch you on the next Project Ford. As you can see, the rotors on this are slowly deteriorating. They're letting go all the way around. It doesn't help anything. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull that caliper, replace it with a new one. You can see I put new pads on there, and sucker heated up pretty good last night. Let's get that together. Get the part. New one's in it. Get on our way. Oh man, it's cold. Woo-hoo-hoo. 17 degrees. Everything's 17 degrees. I'm using a 10 millimeter on that back side. Relatively cut and dry. There's your 2 bolts, pads, and then caliper should just slide right off there. But of course, being the fact that it's here. See, this is the inside parking brake. These are the new pads I put on the other day, and that's how that one goes. This is the caliper I'm replacing. caliper right there. So I can loosen up that. Oh, move that over. That around the other side. Let me tilt the camera here real quick. Oof. All right. Now. This off for them. I'm just loosening up the brake line right now. That's a 15. It was 14. Yeah, 15. 15 back here. So just tap it down on the thing here. Okay, good. Alright, that's loose. Make sure you got a grip pan under it. It will ultimately make a mess. Look at that. Down there. And of course, you got to bleed your brakes. So that's the other darn issue with this. These have crush washers underneath them. Ultimately, it's a good idea. Have your other one ready to go. Here's a new one. Slide back and forth. It should be. Get your little cap. Like I said, you got your. Gonna have your new washers, crush washers and bolts. One on the inside, one on the outside. Your line here. Oof. Jeez, everything's so freaking cold. Oh, man. Okay, here on this one here, cushion on that.